Welcome back to the news. Men and Memories Volume 2, an anecdotal compilation by Buddhika Kurukularatna, was launched in Colombo yesterday.
Government and opposition parliamentarians were among those present at the launch event.
It is a great pleasure for me to be a young politician and be here and speak and listen to someone who actually speaks from his heart. Nowadays you get very rare, you get politicians, lawyers who speak from their heart. So sir, thank you very much for inviting us, for making us a part of this launch. And I'm sure, sir, your words will be a strength to the opposition as well, because at this stage they really need it.
I belong to the people's opposition, because a lot of people, in fact when your father asked me to support him and strengthen his hand as my friend did, I told him, no, my duty is to strengthen the opposition. Of course, now there is no opposition. Opposition has gone for a 6.
Professor Chandra Wickramasinghe, the director of the Buckingham Centre for Astrobiology in the UK, who is currently in Sri Lanka to research the red rain experienced in various parts of the island, expressed his views on the red rains he had studied in Kerala at a seminar held in Colombo today.
In the samples that we collected, we found huge quantities of these things that fluoresced. So these are microorganisms. My colleagues describe them as viable but not non-culturable microorganisms. We could not find the nutrient medium that's required to culture them, but we know that these are present in vast quantities. If you find stuff that is in the sky, maybe in the red rain, that looks like a terrestrial microorganism, it need not be a terrestrial microorganism, because all of these organisms are coming in from space anyway.
An event was held in Colombo last evening to mark the 41st National Day of the United Arab Emirates.
Government and opposition politicians and members of the diplomatic community were among those who attended the event.
The bilateral relationships between the two countries have been significantly enhanced. The visitors to UAE from Sri Lanka are increasing day by day, not only on business but on tourism too. Also, there is a progressive increase in the arrival of UAE nationals to Sri Lanka. And I am pleased to mention that Sri Lanka has been nominated as one of the prime tourist destinations by the Middle Eastern travel market.
The Ministry of Internal Trade and Cooperatives says that the government's attention has been drawn towards removing tariffs on imported potatoes. Issuing a communique, the ministry says that the reason for this is the prevailing price of potatoes, which is around 150 rupees a kilogram.
At present, the government has imposed a tariff of 50 rupees per kilo of imported potatoes. The government previously stated that the reason for imposing this tariff on imported potatoes was to protect local potato farmers. But as a result of potatoes selling for between 120 and 150 rupees per kilogram in the retail market, the government's attention has been drawn towards removing this tariff. The Ministry of Internal Trade and Cooperatives says that accordingly steps will be taken to either completely remove or erase the tariff on imported potatoes in the near future. The National Business Excellence Awards 2012 were held in Colombo last evening. Several companies which displayed excellence in various fields were presented with awards at the ceremony. The award ceremony, which covers small to large scale businesses, was organized by the National Chamber of Commerce. News First, MTV Sports and Sirasa TV were the media sponsors of the event.
UNP activists claim that outsiders are taking decisions with regard to the UNP at present. They say that this was proved at the recently concluded party convention.
Active members of the UNP say that when there are activists who have dedicated their lives to one of the oldest political parties in the country, the party cannot be made victorious through decisions taken by outsiders. They say that these outsiders, while belonging to people who entered the UNP when they could no longer stay in their own parties, are not dedicated to the UNP. UNP activists point out that these individuals are persons who entered the UNP when the privileges they joined in their own parties were either restricted or taken away. UNP activists point out that the two amendments to the party constitution passed at the recent convention too were proposed by such outsiders. To amend Article 8, Part 1 of the Constitution to state that when a leader is appointed to the UNP, that person shall have a 6-year term. I propose that the radical statement be passed at the convention today and be subject to broader national discussion in 2013. Thank you. UNP activists point out that it has only been a short time span of about 2.5 years since these outsiders entered the UNP. Today, they are invited members. Invited members cannot protect the UNP. It is the people in the villages who must protect the UNP. I am disappointed because today we have been left on the road and have not been allowed into Sirikota. Today there are dogs and wolves inside Sirikota, but no elephants. All the elephants are on the road. We will never be able to establish a UNP government under this demon.
Time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day.
Veteran musician Visharada Pandit Amaradeva, who has contributed immensely to the Sri Lankan music industry and won many accolades both nationally and internationally, celebrated his 85th birthday today. His wife Vimala Amaradeva also celebrated her 78th birthday today.
A large group of well-wishers called over at the Amaradeva residence this morning to wish Mr. and Mrs. Amaradeva a happy birthday. Among those who walked in to extend their wishes was the Minister of Culture and Aesthetic Affairs, T.B. Ekanayaka. The veteran musician did not disappoint the crowd that had gathered at his residence as he provided them with a delightful rendition of one of his songs. Born on the 5th of December 1972, W.D. Amaradeva is the youngest in a family of 6. Amaradeva, who was attracted to the field of music at a very young age, has won many national as well as international accolades.
And with that, we're going for a short commercial break.
Stay with News First.
Make your choice now. ලෝකේ කොහෙද පැමිණිල්ල නඩුව අහන්න. ඒ කකිලි රජුගේ නඩුවේ කොහොමද තිබුණේ?
නෙළුම් මලක් වගේ පූජාසනයේ මත තියුණා නෙළුම් මලක් වගේ යන්න කිඩාරම් මලක් වෙන්න එපා කියලා.
මේක තර්කානුකූලව අවසාන වෙන්නේ රට අරාජක තත්ත්වයකටපත් වෙනවා. මිනිස්සුන්ට පාර්ලිමේන්තුව කරේ විශ්වාසයක් නැති වෙනවා. අධිකරණය කර විශ්වාසයක් ඇත.
Vote now for your favorite cut of the day. Log on to www.newsfirst.lk or SMS to BEST space your choice and send it to 7788. For the best cut of the day, watch News First on Sirasa TV at 10 tonight. The best cut. Make your choice now.
Sri Lanka defeated England by 12 runs at the World T20 Blind Cricket Tournament in Bangalore, India today. Sri Lanka has now won 4 out of the 7 matches in the preliminary round.
Invited to bat first, Sri Lanka posted a formidable 201 runs for 6 wickets in the allotted 20 overs. Skipper Chandana Kumara made 65 while Chandana Deshapriya made an unbeaten 69. Chasing 202 for victory, England managed only 189 runs, losing 4 wickets at the end of their 20 overs. Sri Lanka will face hosts India tomorrow.
Meanwhile, in netball, Sri Lanka beat Ireland 73-60 in a Singapore Six-Nation netball encounter today. Take a look at another local story now. An incident which took place in the Pulatharitha area in Puliyankulam, Vavuniya between the hours of 12:40 p.m. and 4 p.m. has baffled the area residents.
You may not clearly understand what she is saying, but the motherly affection can clearly be seen in her tears. Although it was a regular school day, yesterday A. Dulojini, a grade 9 student of Arfa College in Vavuniya, did not intend to go to school. However, as she was a member of the school band, she arrived in school in order to welcome a cabinet minister who arrived at the school. The girl who left her house in Sivapuram never came back. According to our correspondent in the area, the event in which she was due to take part ended at around 12:40. At around 4 p.m, her parents had gone in search of their daughter. At 4:30 p.m. this afternoon, her lifeless body was discovered inside a well located in the school premises. What happened to this girl in the 3 hours and 20 minutes from the end of the event to the discovery of the body remains a mystery. The principal says that she was mentally challenged and that this death could have occurred when she was attempting to pluck mangoes. We have suspicions about this death because she died in a school uniform. When we inquired about the incident from the police, they stated that the girl may have fallen into the well. They noted that further investigations into the death are being carried out.
And with that, we wrap up this edition of your Primetime News Bulletin. Thanks a lot for joining us. I'm Shane Silva.
And I'm Punchani Adrisingha. Good night.